My dear friends, my name is K. Umesh Rao. Today's subject is kinds of punishment. It comes under the topic jurisprudence. I am requesting you to subscribe my channel and it will motivate me to give more and more subjects. In this topic, we are discussing what is the meaning and types of punishment. Deportation, corporal punishment, imprisonment, solitary confinement, forfeiture of property, fine and capital punishment. What is the meaning of punishment? Punish means make someone suffer from a crime or imposition of a penalty for an offense. In criminal law, punishment means any pain, penalty, suffering inflicted upon a person by the authority of law. The purpose of the punishment is to maintain the law and order. It safeguards the person and property. Punishment is one of the oldest practices of managing the crimes. There are different kinds of punishment. First one, deportation. What is the meaning of deportation? Deportation means make someone suffer because transportation of dangerous offenders. It is called banishment. Hardened criminals are usually transported to a far off places with a view to eliminate them from the community. This is not a solution to the problem. If a problem or if a person is dangerous in one society and he creates problem and he is allowed to move to another society, there also he will create problem. He is equally dangerous there even if separate settlement is created. Another is corporal punishment. What is the corporal punishment? It is a punishment intended to cause physical pain on a person. It is a punishment for the violation of law, which involves the infliction of pain on the body. Corporal punishment includes mutilation, flogging, or whipping, and torture. Previously, it was very common form of punishment. It is very severe form of punishment. Many persons died as a result of flogging. The main purpose of this punishment, it is only inhuman but also ineffective. Now, imprisonment. What is the imprisonment? Imprisonment means criminal will be put in jail for the whole of the remaining life period or for some part of the life period. So imprisonment can serve all the three objects of punishment. Imprisonment is deterrent because it makes an example of the offender to others. It is a preventive because it disables the offenders from repeating the offense. It gives opportunities for enforcing the character of the accused. There are two types of imprisonment. One, long-term imprisonment or short-term imprisonment. Long-term imprisonment, it is called as life imprisonment. Life imprisonment means imprisonment for life. Criminal will be in jail for a whole of the remaining life period. Life imprisonment is normally 20 years. Imprisonment of life cannot be simple. It is always rigorous. What is rigorous? In punishment, there are another two kinds, rigorous imprisonment and simple imprisonment. In rigorous imprisonment, the convicts work hard as a labor. They are assigned tasks like cutting wood, digging, etc. Simple imprisonment, where the accused convicted of crime kept in the prison without any labor or hard work. What is the demerits of imprisonment? Criticism. Jails provide ideal surroundings for the newcomer offender, and a minor offender will get training for committing bigger crime in jail. Another is a solitary confinement. Solitary confinement means keeping the convict isolated and away from the interaction with the society or in the world. So, solitary confinement explores fully the social nature of man. This kind of punishment is inhuman, perverse. It affects the offender's mental health, and the offenders may be turned into lunatic. Capital punishment, another type. What is the capital punishment? Capital punishment or death penalty. In capital punishment, criminal hangs until death. Capital punishment occupied very important place. It is very common kind of punishment during the ancient times and Middle Ages. Capital punishment means sentence the offender to death. It is the harshest form of punishment. Even for minor offences, that penalty was imposed. For offences like shoplifting, cattle stealing, for cutting down of trees, capital punishment was imposed in earlier period. It means judicial killing or taking the life of the accused as a form of punishment. Nowadays, capital punishment is provided for the following offences: treason, waging war against government, criminal conspiracy committed an offence punishable by death, murder, abatement of suicide, attempted murder by convict, life convict, kidnapping for ransom, and committing rape and for dacoity. Now, what is the arguments in favor of the capital punishment? Capital punishment or death penalty acted as a deterrent against the commission of such offences. If the death sentence was removed, consequences will be disastrous. Law and order problem will be created. No other punishment deters man so effectually from committing crimes as the death punishment. That punishment was abolished in United Kingdom in 1965, except for offences of treason and for certain offences committed by the member of the armed forces during the wartime. Death sentence was imposed. In 1975, death sentence was introduced in the UK for the terrorist offences only. The framers of the Indian Penal Code provided death punishment, but same was resorted sparingly. But court has record reasons for awarding death sentence. Arguments against death sentence. Justice Bhagavati said, instead of death sentence, the system of life imprisonment should be imposed. He said, large number of countries has abolished the death penalty for all the offences during 1979. For example, Australia, Brazil, Colombia, Denmark, Germany, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Portugal, Canada, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Netherlands, Peru abolished death sentence but retained it for specific offences. Justice Bhagavati said, it is a cruelty in world in death sentence. Death penalty is irrevocable. It extinguishes the flames forever. It is destructive of the right to life, right without which enjoyment of no other right is possible. It silences living person forever. In the case of other punishment, if a person sentenced to imprisonment, if subsequently found he was innocent and wrongly convicted, he can be set free. But it is not possible where a person has wrongly convicted and sentenced to death. Justice Bhagavati pointed out the psychological effect of the death sentence on the prisoner on the death row. And he told it is disastrous. Anticipation of approaching death can produce terror. Retaliation have no place in the civilized society. Crimes are committed very often by not by normal human beings, but only under certain circumstances. Crimes are committed. Crimes of murder are committed under extraordinary circumstances. Another type of theory is forfeiture of property. It is under this punishment, the government seizes all the property of the convicted. It may be movable or immovable property. Another kind is imposition of fine. It is a kind of monetary punishment. Convict has to pay the fine as a punishment to the offense. If anyone failed to pay a fine, the court can issue order for imprisonment. The end. Thank you.